Hello, hello, good morning. We are live. All right. So let's check where are we at with this stuff. So GME just nothing. The Bears are in full control. Dark pool trades, not many. Definitely some interesting orders, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, just since the market started, just the Bears had full control. Flow alerts, again, nothing too. Yep. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Not much, just charting this, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I mean, we'll see where. Let's take a look at. I mean, like with the fibs, it's not really looking that great, but on the daily, you're still right at the golden pocket. So you're at. This was 1, then it was a bounce, 2, bounce, 3, bounce, and then it's holding the 4, so we'll see what it looks like. RSI is not really looking great. You know, if this was above the 50, I would be like, oh, this is great. Right now, it's like not really looking good. Yeah, that's true. MACD is just, I mean, right? It's not becoming this lighter shade of red, but it is what it is. We're just chilling.
Did you see my?
Yeah, we were just chilling in the golden pocket, holding the floor and higher lows. Yeah. I mean, if you start your count like here, it's 1 low, 1 high, 1 low, then hopefully make like another high somewhere. Just depends on how you look at it. I mean, if you looked at it like high here and then a low here and then a high and then, but this is lower, right? But the candle closes are still higher than the other candle, so that is technically still higher. But what I'm looking for GME this week is to, at least on the 90-minute time frame, is just to get back up above Metric Pro here. So kind of like this kind of action. So where it went down right? And then it broke above metric pro here, and then it broke the metric pro, like the trend line here. So then you confirmed your uptrend. So that's kind of what I want to see, is this kind of go down here like this, right? And then price kind of going up like this, then closing that gap. But we're not quite there yet. Yeah, all the time frames are negative, so yep, metric pro, coded this bad boy. Yeah, TradingView, if you're coding like Pine, it's called PineScript. It's like kind of similar to Python. So if you've ever coded using Python, it's sort of similar. Sort of. Interesting. Yeah, nothing too crazy right now. It's just, what is this? Wow, bears are up almost 1 milli. That's insane. Yeah, so let me get rid of this yellow line by just using this trend line. This is a simple calculation. Right. If you go to the daily, you can see the times where GME was bullish. But I'll go back to 2021. Actually, on the weekly, it shows it a lot better. But if you're trading on the daily, like, you can trade in any time frame you'd like. But this is where I would be bearish. As you can see, it tried to break above and it just couldn't. Right, and all of a sudden in this area here, that's where you broke above. So the moment you see some candle closes above metric pro, then that's an indication that you should be bullish. Where you should be bearish is when it closes below. So for example, over here, that's a bear indication. But even if you do take a trade right up above here, I mean, that was 37%, right? This was another one here, 42%. So that's really good. Over here, you didn't get a full candle close above, meaning like this is your candle. That's what it looks like, right? If your line kind of goes like this, right? You didn't get above, right? What you want to see is a line kind of like this, because then the next day you'll open up somewhere here or something, right? So you've seen some nice moves. I mean, what was this? Like if you took a bull trade, if you went long here, that was 8,000%. This one here was roughly 38. Oh, something's happening. Then this one was 40. And then over here, 272%. And we're still above it, so that's good. So we haven't fully closed below it on the weekly. If we do, I'm concerned we'll see something like price action that looks like this. but we're not there yet. So on the 4 hours, I mean, you could just do the same technique. So once it gets back up above, so it fell down here, right? So this is where you would be kind of bearish. Even if you did take a position right here at this point, I mean, that was over 100%. Fell down here. If you did take one here, this was 7%, so not that big, right? Set a tight stop loss. This one was 20%. This one was 10%. Then again over here, this was 11%. Can you bounce off it? Yeah. I mean, we've seen some areas like over here where we had earnings that fell, and you saw this area right here where you're just testing it and you get a break. But I would set a tight stop loss though. Like this is like this kind of calculation, you gotta or with this type of indicator, you have to set a tight stop loss. So right here, so say you enter here, right? Oh my god, why is this so long? Like you want to set a very tight stop loss. Like if you're aiming for the 0.5, right? Like super tight. But anyways, that's a whole different story for another time. But yeah, in terms of just like bouncing off.
I'll go out first.
Yeah, bouncing off of Metric Pro. Yeah, for sure. You see it here in NVIDIA actually. So starting right here, like Nancy Pelosi bought somewhere here, right? So then everyone started getting in. So you saw it test. Then you saw it test again. Then you saw it test again, but ultimately fell through. Like if you've ever used the VWAP, or no, not VWAP, sorry, VRVP, kind of looks something like this, where it tells you high areas of liquidity. This is pretty much like just like drawn out for you, like on a line. But yeah. Say like over here, take a position here, right? I mean like with the other one, oh, where did my thing go? With the yellow one, it's a little bit more reactive, so you can take like a position here, right? And that's 100%. Over here, you can take one here. This was roughly 46. Somewhere here, 28, 40. Then when it broke below, right here, right, that's the down, like that was what, minus 40. So you could have saved yourself some money. Same with this here. Like if you're just targeting Metric Pro here, like that's 11, and then even extending, that's 36. So there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of money to be made for sure. Wow, Annie's up on the day. That's nice. I bought a little bit of Annie at the end of Friday. So as you can see here, like you broke above this yellow line, right? Price test Metric Pro. So what I'm expecting for this to do is to go here. And that's going to be a nice 15% roughly. Yeah, probably going to be a lot of chop till Fed rates are reported. Yeah, sounds about right. They're all waiting. Once J Powell says those words, market will react. Actually, let's see. Speaking of SPY, let's just or Feds. Let's look at SPY. So see with SPY, you can take like easy in and out trades. Like, for example, when this line is trending down, right? And then you break above it this way, right? Like these things. Take a position, set a tight stop loss, right? Let's say you're just targeting Metric Pro. Well, then you target it. So you go here, 1.45%. Broke up above. Well, look at this. That was 5% over 2 weeks. So that's pretty bullish. I actually look at gas to see how gas is doing. You can actually just use this to look at gas as well in commodities. So when it broke below here, I would expect gas prices to at least go down. And I'm pretty sure it did. So if you look here, that was 13%. So okay, I'm going to load up on gas because gas is going to trend lower. But yeah, right now we're just chilling. There are a lot of gaps to the upside, so you got a gap fill right here, and then at somewhere over here. Oh, wrong one. Okay, right here at 1748, something like this. Let's lock this in. This is like another gap fill that we need to do. So like right here, that's a gap fill that we need to do on the lower side. How long have I been in GME? So I've been in GME for a while, just before the sneeze. So let's go on the daily time frame. So I first heard about, Roaring Kitty and his stuff like somewhere over here, somewhere in October and November. And I saw GME trading at like close to like $10 or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like this guy's like all in, YOLO, whatever. And I was like, I should probably get into it. So at this point, actually no, that was the start of January, because right here in this little box right here, this is where I started to buy GameStop. So I think I bought about 1,000 or 2,000, whatever it was. I'm just gonna put a little bit, see how it goes. But yeah, my journey basically started here on January 5th or something. And then, you know, as many of the other people that were in this, they FOMO'd up here, and that was pretty much me too. Didn't know how to, you know, I didn't have any of this stuff. Like I was just like, okay, like let's just buy in, let's just see how high it goes. And then when it dropped over here, I literally bought this. Like I just, you know, I dumped in a lot of money, and then I started to buy like somewhere here, like, and then I just like, you know. So that brings us to where we are today. So yeah, I've been here before the sneeze. Yeah. And I've just been, you know, every paycheck just load up and find a good buying opportunity. And I mean, just like, you gotta be patient, right? Like using these indicators, right? When I saw this, right, price falling below metric pro, right? So if like the thing is going like this and it drops, right, and your candles are like right here, right, like once you start to break below the line, that's bad. So I was like, I'm not gonna load up here, I'm gonna wait. And I started to load it up over here. So basically you can time the dips. It's pretty insane. So like this again, I saw this and I was like, no. Bought a little bit over here. Then this was kind of just like flat again. Flat over here, so. But yeah, don't buy the highs. Do I sell CCs or puts on the dips? I just buy shares. I just buy shares. I don't make my life complicated. I just buy shares. But you can if you want to. Like if you took, right, if you opened a position here, I mean, you know, you can do anything. For me, like I just like to keep it simple. I just like to load it up and turn it into my bank account. All right, let's check what's going on in the 15 minutes here. So the 15, you can see it's rejecting this area here, even though you broke above it slightly. Just wasn't good enough. So yeah, cost average. Yeah, my cost average, you know what, it's not gonna lie to you, it's somewhere near the kitties. Like what's the kitties right here? Yeah, 23.41, something like that. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, this over here, where was it? Buying back up here when I didn't know, like I didn't have any of this shit. Like buying up here was fucking crazy. Like someone's fucking 1 month at McDonald's, I was literally just like, throw it in, who cares? So this kind of hurt me over here, but getting in early and getting in at the dips was really nice though. So getting in over here was awesome for me, and getting in over here was also awesome for me. But yeah, a lot of people got burnt. Yeah, averaging down. I know. And a lot of people are butthurt, you know, like about the dilution and stuff like that. But a lot of people are thinking about what's going on, or they're looking at what's going on with Tesla. And with Tesla, the way they got out was they just kept doing the same thing GME is doing now, and they raised a shit ton of money, and just valuation, right, just went through the roof. Yeah, exactly. Just stay zen. Like you got a lot of people that are butthurt and complaining about like, oh, like why didn't Ryan Cohen do this? Why you guys voted for him to be like board of directors, right? Like him and the other people. Like you don't trust him? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, cash is good. Cash is king for sure. There's gonna be some opportunities for GameStop to do something like, you know, the worst thing. Well, not the worst thing, but a lot of people are saying, oh, they're just gonna, you know, like buy a company, right? They'll acquire like some company and then they'll add it onto the. Look, if you buy a company, right, like Wolf, for example. Valuation of Wolf is about $1 billion, I think. Okay, maybe it doesn't show here. Am I crazy? Oh, right here. Market cap 1.28 billion. So GameStop could just buy this outright. The problem with buying companies and then having it under your name is that, again, you'll have to change skeleton, right? Like the way it works. If you don't like the way it works, you're gonna have to change it, and that's gonna be a lot more of a hassle for you as well. Yeah, RCA makes lots of money. Yeah, if the stock goes up. Yeah, I gotta let him cook. I mean, there are some things like that you know that do make you think, right? It's like if you look here, okay, so the kitty came back here, right? And then they diluted somewhere here, right? It's like, okay, so why didn't they dilute earlier, like back up here, right, or something? Like I don't get it. So there's the timing is definitely for sure, like there's something fishy about it. Like I get that they gotta take advantage of this, right? But also if you look at the previous times, like they could have diluted here after this earnings, right? They could have diluted here. They could have done it here. Why didn't they do it here? 2023. I mean, it would make sense after a split, they just, you know, just to chill out a bit, but like, why didn't they do it here, right? Just, but then you do it here? I don't know. I think a lot of people are not realizing that it's very, very hard to raise capital. Very, very hard. Like, to be handed like $4 billion, or well, three plus billion in like in a span of a few months, like is actually crazy. In a few months, your company has like 3+ billion in cash plus the 1 billion from last time. Like, that's pretty incredible. Like, for context, what's that? So Tinder, that CEO Forgot her name. Anyways, she didn't, you know, she broke off with Tinder because of like a relationship failure, because with the guy that she was seeing or something like took over. So she broke up with him or whatever, and then she made Bumble. But like it was very, I mean, she already had the skin and like, you know, the skeleton to like to build it, but it was just very difficult. Like I forgot what the Bumble valuation was, that close to $1 billion or something. Shortly after its IPO, it hit a 13 billion market cap, and then it dropped to 6 billion. So but how many companies out there are doing that, right? It's pretty hard. Yeah, so you got two. So the yellow one is more reactive. It counts like the last 20 candles, and then the purple one counts, it's basically your trend, so it counts like the last 50 plus candles. But they're both like Metric Pro. The other one just has the purple one has a more I don't know, not a better calculation, but more of like, yeah. Yeah, if you're interested and you want to give it a try, head on to my Patreon. It's and you can get access to it. But I've done so far this year, I tried to do a 1 to 10k challenge. I got a little bit more than halfway, just using this strategy, and I just dumped it all back into GME. Like the moment I saw like this, and like and I was like in this area, I was like, fuck it, I'm all in again. But yeah, you get full access to unusual whales as well in the Discord. Like if you want to play around with it, you won't get like this kind of stuff, but you can call these kind of functions, and yeah. So maybe I'll show you a little bit. Loads. So you get your analyst ratings here, so you can see, and if you want to YOLO into these, you can. Congress. Some news. You can call the dark pool, then you can just see kind of blocks come in. Flow alerts. Insider trades. Net flow. So if you want to look at the net flow GME, like if the bulls or bears have control, right, then you can call it. You can call it here. What's the cost? It's like 39, like US. Yeah, 39 US a month. I mean, so unusual whales with that, and you get the indicators. We have education. Where are we at here? Get your little room. You get little alerts, see what kind of trades are good. I try to find some good ones. What was this one? Best Buy. lottery plays, video support. Yeah. Roast the ghost. Come on, man. Get on it. Yeah. Did I make the integrations myself? Yeah. Like, so, like, are you talking about like unusual whales? Like, unusual whales. Yeah. Like, this was when I set this up. Like, it's they, you know, I pay for it, and then they give me the data and stuff. I'll load this up here. So this is kind of like what it looks like. Oh, turn that off. Yeah, this is in Canadian dollars, but it's basically 39 US or 50 Canadian. It's kind of what it looks like. Or if you just want just access just to the regular Discord, it's just 15. So yeah. There are a lot of people out there that are like really crazy. Like they charge like over, I don't know, 100, 150, 200, even 300 US dollars. I was like, I look at that shit and I'm like, you guys are crazy. There's some out there that are genuinely like really good, right? And then you do learn some stuff. But at some point, it's like if you're not actively trading, how does that benefit you? So like the way like I priced my stuff, it's like I make sure that you're able to make some trades at least to cover it, and then have some for yourself. So it's at the end of the day, it's a win-win. Like if you I don't know what that was. If you took like I don't know, let's just say like a regular stock like Apple or something. I don't know. Just making shit up here. Let's see. No, Apple. Wow, that's a big drop. Thanks, Kramer. Jim this morning tweeted at like 5 in the morning. He was like, oh, like this, like, you know, I don't know why people are selling Apple. This can't be the bottom. Yeah, and shit fucking went down. Nice. But for example, like, I mean, this is quite a while. This is like a long time. But let's just say, for example, right, like you take a trade, like when it breaks above here. Let's say this over here, for example. That's 5%. That's not bad. Then this one netted you all the way up here. That was like almost 40. But that's a course of over almost a whole year, right? But something more volatile, like let's say, for example, costs. Right? So for costs, let's say if you took a trade here, right, 351%. So that would have definitely covered those prices for sure. Yeah, the iPhone 16, I was looking at the stats on that, and the Plus model is more popular, like way more popular. It's like 27 something percent more popular this year. And then all the other models kind of just dropped. But also, a lot of people made the jump to the 15, right? And then it's like, oh, upgrade to the 16. It's like, what's new? Well, just like a little camera button on the bottom, like that you can just use your finger, like to, I don't know. So it's like nothing too crazy. And then Apple Intelligence is supported by like the 15 as well. And so it's at some point you're like, I don't really want to upgrade right now. But last time we took a position in Clove, and this was really good. So over here, resistance. Once it broke above resistance, I was like, let's get in on this. And this was 80%. So if you put in $100, right, you almost double your money. So that's really good. And then that would have covered the Discord cost for the month for sure. And your indicators and stuff. And you also have access to unusual whales and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, if it's truly pricey, send me in the comments, guys. Be like, that's fucking pricey. Like, but I think it's really competitive. Like, considering a lot of people out there have theirs priced like at over 100, like US. Like, I think you're getting a really good deal because you also get unusual whales. Wow, the bulls kind of just left the building. They said they didn't want to come out today. Went into hibernation. That's nuts. Yeah, nothing new. What is this? Wow. GME still nothing on the dark pool. Look at all the dark pool trades compared to the previous or to the prior days. Like on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had to like scroll all the way down. Like now it's just like look at this. It's like not even half the screen. That's kind of crazy. Breaking. U.S. senators have sent a letter to Powell asking for a 75 basis points cut. Look, all I'm going to say is no amount of letters is going to change the federal, it's not going to change their mind. They don't care if you lose your house. They don't care if you're starving. What they care about is bringing inflation down to that 2% target. Safely, of course. Not just like crash the whole market. Okay, we're seeing something here. So there is a gap here that needs to be filled at 2052. So if GME is able to break Metric Pro here, I would expect a test at least up here or fill the gap. So yeah, taking your fibs, you bounced off of support down here. That's nice. Then for upside target, just a 236 here. So you want to get above 2054 and just hold this area so you can head over to the next at 2031 and then hopefully 2099. Yeah, I'll just maybe keep this up on the screen so you can see. GME getting a little bit on the 5 minute. Hell yeah, man. All right, let's see. So that's what I was talking about. So see how like it broke above Metric Pro here? Then you're going to go test the next level. So imagine this picture, but then on the 15 minute. All right, so you got the 5 minute, broke above the yellow line, tested this purple line, right? Go back to the 15. And that's kind of like what you want to see here. Now, I'm still pretty bullish. Like, look, this is a huge freaking gap. Look at this, man. Like, it's 23, 22. That's like almost 15%. That's crazy. That's what you would make on SPY in a year. A whole year you put your money into SPY for all those people. For all my ETF traders out there. Yeah, that's right. So it's super reactive, and you do want to set like a super tight stop loss. So for example, like this over here didn't really give you a clear indication on whether or not you should go long or short, but over here it did, and over here it did, right? So this was 2%. And this was another 2.8%. And over here you go down, that's 3%. Yeah. So you'd have to have a full candle closed below or a full candle closed above. So for example, these two candles are still touching the line. So what you want to see is like a candle that looks like this. Right, so it's not touching the line at all, and it's like fully below, so that's bearish. But we didn't see that here yet, or here. Over here you saw a full candle close, right? That's not touching this yellow line, that's bearish. But you want to set a tight stop loss though. What frame do I time frame? Yeah, I like to look at it like on the 90 minutes, like, or 1 hour. It gives me a better like outlook, and it helps me chart and give like nice like targets to go to the upside or downside. If you are taking a trade, like you could do 15 minutes. Like this is what I used to do. Okay, so like there are some periods where you do want to wait it out, like over here you would have just been giving your money to the broker, right? Because you go up and then down, and then like it's just not clear, right? But there are some areas where it's really clear, like after over here, right? So that was almost 4%. So that's why I said you gotta set a tight stop loss, because if you're risking like 1% and you're aiming for maybe like 5, right? Just take a look at that ratio. And then you can just like adjust your your stop loss. So like if you're doing options, right? So if you're here, let's say you set your stop loss to like, I don't know, like 1.5% or something. But you're targeting like really, really high upsides, right? So you just move this. Oh, so you just move this along, right? You just keep moving this along, and then you'll get stopped out somewhere here. So from here to here, this was 10%. That's not bad. Over 6 days. Or if you somehow got the top here at 18, or if you stopped out over here at the yellow, that's 12 or 13%. That's pretty good over 5 days. But yeah, like on the 90 minutes, you can definitely see it for sure. Like it's more clear. Yeah, the purple line can act as the next like resistant point. So like, for example, over here, right, it was resistance. Over here until you broke above. And then here again. So yeah, you have a better chance of a bigger move above the purple line. But on the bigger time frames, like the 90 minute, for example, like you can still use the yellow line. Some of it might not be as clear, but that's why I made the purple line there. So like if you took a trade here, right, and you set a stop loss, so whatever your risk tolerance is, right, like 1.5% or maybe 2%. So this one you didn't get stopped out yet, but what is this? Risk to reward ratio 16. That's nuts. That's pretty nuts. But it's not always going to be like that, right? Like you're going to have like days like this, right? You're like, didn't pan out. It's okay. But that's where you got to use like other technical indicators, like or analysis, right? Like Fibonacci, and or if you want to use Bollinger Bands, like you can use that too. But when I was playing my strategy from my road from 1K to 10K, and again, I got out about 6K because you know, I had to go into GME. But what I would do is I would risk either between, like it's pretty tight, like like on average it was like 5%. Sometimes when I really am like YOLO, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna risk maybe 10%, but generally it would be about 5, and then my target, or my price target, it would be about 15% or greater, right? So if I started with either between 500 to, let's just say 1,000, we'll just do some so if you risk 5%, right, if you lose 5% of 1,000, right, and then your next trade you gain 15%, you're still up 10%. So you're still up $100. Can you hear me, Matthew? Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, let me just repeat that really quick. Just okay, so for example, so you risk between 5 to 10% on your trade, right, using this strategy, and your target between 15% or 15% and greater. So if you somehow fucked up your trade, like, you know, like over here, like you lost fucking like 5 or 10%. Well, then your next one, you gotta be over here, right? You gotta be targeting 15%. So if you put in 1,000 and you risk this, right? To get to 1,000 or to lose all your whole $1,000, right? You'd really need to fuck up really badly. You'd need to lose like 10 trades in a row, which is just not statistically possible with this model. So yeah, you could do short dated calls, or you could do like a monthly. Yeah. Yeah, you could do shares as well. Like for GameStop, I mean, I'm just acquiring shares, not financial advice. But if you're trading like other stocks, like I don't know, there's other stuff out here. Like there's like all these Bitcoin miners. Like you could trade it. If you're trading shares, it might take a little bit longer, but your strategy still works. Like, look, take a look at Palantir here for a second. Okay, let's say you enter a trade right here. Okay, so this would have been for you, that would have been 5%, right? And again, you're risking 5%, right? So 5%, that's quite a lot, right? But you're risking for these types of trades. For me personally, I like to risk 5% just because I'm YOLO. But like, if you want to go even tighter, you can go tighter. You can risk like maybe 2.5 or 3. That's fine. But look, that's like more than 15%. You've won. If you set your stop loss here, for example, set it nice and tight. Let's say even if it was 5, like you would have stopped out over here. So this, from this trade here to this trade was 25%. So in about less than 2 months, you got 25%. Because if you don't set a stop loss here, look, and you don't know how to use like Fibonacci's or whatever, it's over for you. Like this shit was, what is this? 25%, dude. You would have blown up your account at least by a little bit. But it's not everything, right? It's not everything. So if you take that strategy and you just rinse and repeat, you're literally like 17, maybe 20 trades away from like just like, you know, quadrupling your account or whatever, right? So set a stop loss, and then you just adjust it based off the chart. You just keep going. So over here, when it dropped, this would have almost stopped me out, but not yet. So just keep going, and stopped out over here. And then I would have re-entered right here. And this would have netted me 24-ish%. But I would have taken same strategy, just tight stop loss, maybe 3. Bring this up. And right here, this would have stopped me out here. And in the case of GameStop, that's where you would really need to set a really tight stop loss for sure. Right? Maybe like 1.5 or something. Again, I would have stopped out here. But it's up to you, like how risky you want to be. Right, like if you took a trade here and you just follow this line, I would have stopped out here. That would have been 3.86%. But usually, if I take like if I do calls and I see that I've already hit that 15% target, I'm taking out profit for sure. Like between, so again, we said earlier, like the risk was between 5 to 10%, right? And then your price target is at least 15 plus. But even if you don't hit that 15, if you even hit 10%, like I'm taking profit. I'm not going to be greedy for like another 5. Yeah, you could use RSI. Yeah, you could use like just combine all these indicators, and it's going to be like super accurate. But the RSI is like not gonna tell you like for example, like here, this is where I would have probably stopped out. Like this is probably where I would have just sold, right? Like once it breaks below Metric Pro, I'm out of there, right? But on the RSI, it doesn't necessarily tell you that. Right? Like does the RSI tell you that you should go bullish here or be long here? Like it doesn't tell you. You're right at like 46. You don't know if you're gonna break that 50 line, and you're not in the bull zone yet, so you don't know for sure. But over here is where I would have taken a position, and if I did take it out, that would have been 17%. That's a lot of money, right? If you had 1,000 to YOLO, right, that's 170 bucks. That's someone's like 2 or 3 days at McDonald's. Means a lot to a lot of people, but might not mean a lot to you, but I don't know. For me, every dollar counts. What about you, Matthew? What's your trading strategy so far? If you'd like to share. All right, pretty much nothing going on though today. That's all right. It's gonna be a short stream. I'm gonna have to end this in a little bit because I have something else to do, but They're still kind of bull. I mean, it's holding that Fibonacci. If it does start to break down below here, that's when I'd start to get nervous, and then I'd be like, this is probably gonna go fill the gap, maybe go down to 1485. But right now it's like it's holding kind of strong. Nothing on that. Bulls went to hibernation. And the dark pool, nothing. So how's your guys' days going? Maybe let me know in the comments. Right now it's pretty boring for me. Because right now we got nothing going on here. No action. The market is very, very cautious right now. They're waiting for Jerome Powell and the boys to make an announcement on Wednesday. Bollinger Bands, yep. Combo of RSI and MACD, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I too have been looking at the Bollinger Bands. So yeah, it could signal. Could give you some good signals. Yeah, lost without fibs, exactly. Thank God for fibs, man. See, a lot of people are like, "Oh, guys, technical analysis, it doesn't work." But show them this, right? Go here, go to the daily. Show them this larger time frame. Here, let's get rid of this so you can see it. You got your golden fib, right? You got to explain what that is though, right? And then look, you got to bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So hey, there's something, right? You know, maybe if it was just one time, I'd be like, you know, maybe I'm like, maybe fibs might work, right? But look at this. There's a second time, there's a third time, there's a fourth time. Oh. Come on, Jimmy. It's so confusing to me. Just RSI is just struggling to get back above the 50. What's the news today? Yeah, nothing. Let's see look at it, the analyst forecast. There's only the one analyst, which is Michael Pratcher at Wedbush, offering 1 year price target for GameStop is estimated at $10. Everyone point and laugh at him. But hey, if GameStop does go back to $10, right? Just like on DFE stream, right? Where you go like this, right? Then you go like this. I mean, that's a pretty important level. But yeah, top side fibs, I mean, talked about this before. Just draw one here to the top to the bottom. Look, guys, if fibs don't work, then how come we got stopped here at the golden pocket? We couldn't get a candle close above it. How come? Technical analysis should work though. Yeah, I know. I've seen the memes. I don't know if you've seen the pigeon meme. It's hilarious. Let me find it for you. This one here. Hilarious. Hilarious. Holy shit, excuse me. Well, this is funny. Yeah, they have fibs and fib sequence and like the shell, yeah, like this kind of stuff, nature. It's pretty cool. Although I have to admit, growing up and going and doing calc, like, I don't know, I feel like I never really use this. Yeah. Even when I did like first and second year computer science, like I just I didn't really, I feel like I didn't really use this. But it's out there. Damn. GME doing nothing. But like DFE said, when GME does nothing, that's probably the best time to get in. Not financial advice. Okay. Maybe I'll look at a few more other stocks and then probably hop off because I do have to do something. But Wolf, yeah, I would have been bullish here just before earnings. Like I would have taken a trade here. What was this? $3, and then that would have net me 66%. That's nuts. Nvidia, how's Nvidia doing today? Okay. Rejecting the golden pocket, but that's alright. Did fill the gap, which is nice. I do want Nvidia to kind of go higher and break that, but because right now you are just trending lower. Like if you look here, you got a high, lower high, and then a lower high, and then a low. So what I want to see is Nvidia to at least close above here or something like that, right? But this scares me. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, if you're interested, you know, you want to try it out. If it doesn't work out for you in that 1 month, then I mean, $39 US, right? But I think it's a steal if you Go to any other places, they'll charge you over 200, which is nuts. Criminal. Nothing happening in coin. Go back to any. Oh, any's looking. Yeah, okay. I like what I'm seeing. Wolf. Oh no, wolf. Super micro. Oh shit. So I'd expect a push to 500, but yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'll catch you next time.